Hey everyone, welcome. Today we are diving into something pretty powerful. It's a psychological state that can totally transform how you learn. So, if you've ever felt stuck or maybe just a little unmotivated with your language practice, you are absolutely in the right place. All right, so let me start by asking you a question. Think about it for a second. When do you feel you're truly happiest? Now, your first thought might be, when you're relaxing on the couch, doing absolutely nothing. And yeah, that's great. But what about those other moments? When you're so deep into something, maybe it's a puzzle or playing music, that the whole world just melts away and you totally lose track of time. I think we've all been there, right? Your learning practice, which started out so exciting, can sometimes start to feel, well, like a chore. You know in your head you should be practicing, but you're just feeling tired, maybe a little bored, and that fire you had at the beginning has kind of fizzled out. If that sounds familiar at all, don't worry. It's super normal. And the good news is there's a way to fix it. And that solution, it's all about understanding and tapping into something called a flow state. Now, you've probably heard of this, maybe by a different name, like getting in the zone. This is the absolute secret to making your learning not just more effective, but actually genuinely enjoyable again. So what is a flow state, really? Well, put simply, it's this incredible feeling of energized focus. It's that magic moment when you're so completely absorbed in what you're doing that you just feel this amazing sense of joy in the process itself. You're not even thinking about the end result. And this whole idea comes from the psychologist Mihály Csíkszentmihályi. I know, it's a mouthful, but he discovered something really fascinating. He found that our best, most satisfying moments in life, they aren't the passive, relaxing ones. Nope. They happen when we're pushing ourselves, stretching our minds or bodies to accomplish something that's both difficult and actually worthwhile to us. And the benefits of getting into this state, oh, they are huge. Seriously. Finding your flow doesn't just make learning fun again, it amps up your creativity. It skyrockets your productivity and performance, and it builds real, solid confidence in your skills. It creates this awesome positive loop where you actually want to keep learning, and all of that, well, it just makes you happier overall. Okay, that all sounds great, right? But how do we actually do it? Let's break it down. I'm going to give you a super practical 4-step framework you can start using like tomorrow to find that flow in your own practice. Okay, here are the 4 steps we're about to walk through. First, find your golden hour. Second, set the tone. Third, focus on one task. And fourth, do what you enjoy. Simple, right? Let's dive into that first one. All right, step 1, find your golden hour. This is all about timing. Your golden hour is basically that chunk of the day when you're naturally at your best. You know that time, when you feel most productive, most creative, and it just feels easier to focus. Now, this is going to be totally different for everyone. Maybe you're an early bird and you feel sharpest right after you wake up. Or maybe you're a night owl and your brain really comes alive late in the evening. It doesn't matter which one you are. The crucial thing is to figure out when that time is for you and then protect it. Really guard a piece of that time just for your focused learning. Okay, so you've got your time blocked out. Now for step 2, set the tone. Once you know when you're going to practice, you need to prepare where you're going to practice. We're talking about your space, both physically and mentally. It's all about creating an environment that just screams focus. First things first, you have to be ruthless with distractions. I mean it. Tidy up your desk, because physical clutter really does create mental clutter. Silence your phone, turn off those social media and email alerts, close all those extra tabs on your computer. Every single distraction you get rid of is a small win for your focus. And then, try this. Create a little pre-flow ritual. This is such a powerful way to signal to your brain, okay, it's time to get serious now. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be brewing a cup of tea, opening a window to get some fresh air, maybe meditating for a few minutes. Whatever it is, this simple routine helps clear your mind and gets you ready for that deep work. All right, step 3, and listen, this one is a big one. It's non-negotiable. Focus on one specific task. Multitasking is the absolute enemy of flow. It just doesn't work. So for each session, you need to have one clear goal and pick one and only one activity to work on. And that one task, it needs to hit a very specific sweet spot when it comes to difficulty. Think of it like this. If it's too easy, you're just going to get bored. But if it's way too hard, you'll get frustrated and probably just give up. The goal is to find something that stretches your skills just a little bit. Enough to be challenging, but not so much that it's overwhelming. That's where engagement lives. And that brings us to our final step. Step 4, do what you enjoy and please don't force it. This is so important. To really get into a flow state, you have to be doing something you genuinely find interesting or fun. So think about the parts of your language practice that feel more like play than work. And here's the key. If you sit down one day and it's just not happening, you're not feeling it, let it go. You can't force flow. Okay, but let's be real. What if you try all these steps, you're doing everything right, but you're still struggling to find that focus and motivation? Well, if that's you, don't worry. There's another, deeper strategy we can dig into. If you're consistently feeling stuck, it might be time to set an intention. Now, an intention is a little different than a goal. A goal is what you want to do. An intention is why you're doing it. It's your purpose. It's all about reconnecting with that deep down reason you started this whole journey in the first place. And to find your real intention, you've got to get specific. Don't just ask yourself a big, vague question like, why do I want to learn this language? That's too broad. Instead, narrow it down. Focus on one skill and ask, why do I really want to improve my listening skills? Or, why is improving my speaking pace so important to me? Then, once you have that, you've got to go a level deeper. How will improving that one specific skill actually benefit your life in a real, tangible way? For instance, will it help you have much smoother, easier conversations with your colleagues at work? Or maybe it'll let you connect on a much deeper level with people when you travel. Get concrete. And now for the most important question of all. You've identified the benefit. Now ask yourself, why does that benefit matter so much to me? This is where you connect your learning to a core personal value. This is the ultimate source of motivation. So if the benefit is building stronger relationships at work, why is that important to you personally? The answer to that question, that's your true intention. And once you've found it, don't just keep it in your head. Write it down. Just a few key words on a sticky note is perfect. Then put it somewhere you'll see it every single day. Stick it on your desk, your computer monitor, your bathroom mirror. This becomes your constant, visible reminder of your why. So let's wrap this up with a final thought for you to take away. After hearing all of this, what is the one thing, just one, that you're going to change about your practice tomorrow? Are you going to finally nail down your golden hour? Or maybe create that little pre-flow ritual we talked about? Or maybe you'll take some time to really dig deep and find your intention. Whatever it is, the very first step is yours to take.